In this video, I am going to show you how to use Google Forms to create reading quizzes and help teachers rethink reading quizzes and how we use them to make the learning from the quiz more meaningful. So you can see here, this is a reading quiz, and I'm going to just take you step by step through the process of creating one of these. So first you're going to go to My Drive, and you're going to click New Google Forms. And this is what it looks like when you first get started. So you'll give it a title here, and I'll just call it Quiz, and it'll auto title your quiz here. And then you'll click here. This is your first question, and you can make it multiple choice, short answer, paragraph. I recommend short answer for the first one, and you're going to want to put last name, first name. And the reason for this is so that students, you can transfer the data very quickly and easily from Google Forms into your gradebook. And so this is a short answer question. When you want to add a new question, you click the plus button and make it required. And you'll just, put your first question, Q1, and option 1, option 2, option 3. I'm just giving you examples. So you just type in here what your question is. Now, what's really important is if you want to make this a quiz, and you want students to see what they got wrong and what they got right on the quiz, which is what makes a quiz powerful, because it can help students understand where their comprehension is lacking. You're going to click this little cogwheel at the top right-hand corner, and you'll click Limit 1 Response. You could have students retake the quiz though, but for now, just limit 1 response. And you'll click Quizzes. Make this a quiz. And this is where it's really important that you say students can see how they did immediately after each submission. And this is really powerful because it's giving students immediate feedback. So let them see what questions they missed, what questions they got right, and the point values. So I'll click Save here. And so now you notice this little button pop up. It says answer key. So you'll click answer key and you'll make it, 1 point. And then you have to pick which one of these is the correct answer. I'm just going to pick option 2 and press done. So now I can see that question 1, option 2 is the correct answer. And so I'm going to go ahead and click preview. And this is actually what you're going to give students, this URL. You'll copy and paste this URL into your learning management system. And so students will take the quiz. So I'll put Werner Amanda, and I'll just pick this one. And I want you to see what this looks like to kids once they submit. Actually, let's add one more question. So I'm going to click the plus button. I'll put Q2 and make it required. And option 1, option 2, option 3, and let's put the answer key. So we'll make it worth 1 point. And I'm just going to say option 3 is the correct answer. And let's just do this for one more question, just so you can see what this looks like. Q3, option 1, option 2, option 3, make it required. Oops. Answer key, 1 point. Let's say option 1 is the correct answer. Done. Okay, now I'm going to click View or Preview. And again, this is what you're going to give students. And now I'm going to fill it out as if I was a student, Werner, Amanda, and I'm just randomly going to pick questions. Now, you'll notice there's no feedback immediately after they pick the question. That's because they get feedback when they click Submit. So I'm going to click click Submit, View Score. So now you can see, students can see they got a 0 out of 3, and it shows them the correct answer. It shows them the question they got wrong. Now, I think this is just such an awesome feature of Google Forms, because I think that what we should be doing is giving students 3 out of 3 or 5 out of 5, however many questions there are. Give them full points for taking the quiz, for doing it. And you're probably like, what? Why would I do that? Well, because what you can do after students take the quiz is you can have them take a reflection quiz. So here's an example of a reflection quiz. So last name, first name, of course, that's always required. And you'll know it's required because it has a little red dot next to it, a red star. And so you're going to ask them, what was your score? And so they're going to go back to their quiz and they're going to go see, what was my score? Sorry. It was 0 out of 3. So they're going to click 0 out of, well, mine has, if you have 5 questions, then put 0 out of 5. So my score was, oops, sorry, I need to be filling this out. So this is what it looks like for students. So my score was, 0 out of 5 or whatever. And then you'll ask them this question: why do you believe you received the score you did? Be specific and detailed. Be as specific and detailed as possible about what reading habits or other circumstances may have led to the score you received. Obviously, this needs to be edited. But this is just so awesome because students can reflect on how they did and why they got the score that they did. They can still get full credit for doing it, but now they're being asked to reflect on why they received the score that they did. Now, once your students have taken the quiz and done the reflection, then what you're going to do is you're going to go to the responses section. So once students have taken your quiz, this will start to show numbers when you go into the quiz. And what you're going to do is you're going to click that button. And when you click that button, this is going to pop up, right? And your students' names will show up here, and you'll click this button, and this will create a Google Sheets form. And the sheet looks something like this. I actually hid my students' names, but their names will pop up here and what their scores are. And this is what you can transfer into your grade book. But what you would do is you would put their score, but in your grade book, it wouldn't be worth any points, so that they get feedback, their parents get feedback, and then you can also copy and paste their reflection. So see here, it says responses. I'm going to click here, create spreadsheet. This was the one I just took. So what you can do is you can copy it. If you have a short answer question, you can just copy and paste their answer into your grade book, so that not only are they seeing the points that they received and what they got on the quiz, and you can make in your grade book, don't count that towards their grade. Just put the points to show students what they got, to show their parents what they got. And then in the comment section of your grade book, you can copy and paste their reflection. Why did they get what they got on that quiz? I'm trying to find my reflection. Here it is. So when they fill, let me just click preview, and I can fill this out real quick. Werner, Amanda, let's say I got a 0, and then they can write I didn't actually read. I need to make time to read at least 3 times a week. And you can model this for students, being really specific about well, what are you going to do going forward? I need to listen to the audio version, or, talk about different ways that students can increase their comprehension, things like that. And then they click submit. And then when you go to the reflection, look, there's a response. I'm going to click create spreadsheet, and you can see right here, you can copy and paste their response into your gradebook. What was your score and their response. Now there's another really cool little trick here. So if I click this button, it copies, or it highlights everything. And what you're going to want to do is, I think you click format and text wrapping wrap. so that you can see the complete like boxes. It's just easier to see when students have short answer responses when you click that format, text wrapping, wrap. I like to see it that way because the other way it just like goes across the whole entire screen and it's really kind of annoying. So I highly recommend that you use Google Forms because it's just really easy to transfer the information over to your gradebook. I also highly recommend that you don't grade the quizzes or like penalize kids for doing horribly on a quiz. Rather, have students reflect, why did they do so awful on the quiz and what are they going to do going forward, and copy and paste their comments into your gradebook so that the parents can see and students can see and they can kind of have a plan going forward.